Hey guys, this is Raae from Aquascaping. James has worked so hard to create all of these beautiful layouts in the gallery, but none of them are mine, and I think it's time for that to change. Since life is a bit busy for me over the next couple of months, I'm going to be starting with a smaller setup, so I'm really excited to set up this Dooa cell today. If you're not familiar, Dooa cell is a glass pot that allows people to grow various types of plants, like tropical plants, aquarium plants, or succulents. We have several other products to show, like the Light Stand Z and the Magnet Light G Slim. But let's first open up the Dooa cell. It comes with a tall top case that has ventilation holes to help keep a suitable humidity and temperature. Then there is an inner pot which is designed with drainage slits, and it allows water to go through. Then you can discard or keep water in the bottom case depending on the plants you're trying to grow. The Dooa cell comes in 3 colors: amber, emerald, and this one, which is clear. Besides the cell glass pot, it also comes with tropical river soil and the pumice. To set up, I start by adding the pumice, which serves as the base layer of the substrate. Next, tropical river soil is added on top. They provide a 700 milliliter bag, which was more than needed, so I'll have some saved for next time. I wanted to hide the pumice at the bottom in a similar way to how you would hide power sand in an aquarium substrate system. So I used the smaller end of the sand flattener to try to hide the pumice. It was a bit messy trying to do this since some of the soil got crushed, but it's probably worth it for the aesthetic look. For this layout, I'm going to primarily use this piece of ADA hornwood that I selected. I also have these small pieces of ADA duo stone that I want to place at the base of the hornwood. Besides for the design, it's also to help stabilize the piece of wood. After I finished this first draft, I put the glass lid on top. I needed to make sure that it fit properly with the piece of driftwood. I was pretty happy with the Hardscape layout, so I think it's time to move on to planting. First, I want to open this Dooa hand spray. It's a really high quality spray bottle that produces a fine mist that's ideal for watering plants. A cool feature is the included ion exchange resin, which removes calcium and magnesium from tap water, making the water softer. This can be important to prevent any water spots on glass surfaces and plants. Since we use RODI water in the gallery, it's not really necessary for us to use these, but wanted to set it up for demonstration purposes. It also looks so pretty. Now that it's set up, let's start talking about the plants. I'm going to be using 3 plants for this layout. The first is Peperomia emarginella, and Anubias petite, and finally haridasanii Miao. First, I will start with the Peperomia emarginella. It's a vining plant with small round leaves. I break it into small portions and wet the soil to make it easier to plant into. By planting it throughout the soil like this, I'm hoping it'll eventually serve as a carpeting plant for the layout. Next is Anubias petite. A lot of you guys know this plant very well, but it can also be used for terrariums, although it requires a higher humidity level. I cut the roots to the Anubias and find places in between the stone and the wood to wedge it into. Finally, we have the haridasanii Miao, which I want to attach to the wood. We have a bit of trouble initially, but we use some ADA moss cotton to keep it attached to the wood. Eventually the plant will root to the wood and the moss cotton will biodegrade. So here's how the layout looks all completed. I think I did a pretty decent job for my first setup. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now let's open the light stand. This is the Dooa Light Stand Z. It's called that because of the distinctive Z-shaped mounting bracket that can adjust in height depending on your setup. This light stand will work perfectly with the Dooa cell, but it can also work well with the glass pot maru or shizuku. For lighting, I'll be using the Dooa Magnet Light G Slim, which is the main lighting unit for most Dooa setups, or even nano aquariums. It is very low in power consumption, and you can control and adjust the brightness depending on your needs. Be aware that it only includes a USB power, so you might need an adapter if you're planning to plug it into an outlet. It's pretty simple to tidy things up and hide all of the wiring to make it look nice. Okay, so let's move the Dooa cell into place and see how it looks with the lighting. Since this is our first terrarium setup, we still have a bit of learning to do with caring for this Dooa cell. But we have heard that they're pretty easy to care for, especially after being established. In the first week or two, we're experimenting with the amount of misting that's needed to make sure we keep the humidity high without it being too high, which could cause fungus or algae growth. Would see some of the plants really looking dried out, but would also see a bit of initial fuzz growing on the wood as the system finds its balance. We've also learned about the need to let the lid off of the cell for about 15 to 30 minutes per day. This lets the cell air out and keep the humidity at a safe level. We've got more to learn and we'll definitely post updates in the future. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to stay up to date with the future uploads. You can also follow my new Instagram account, Raaescapes. And if you're not already, you should definitely follow James's account too, Aquascaping. We're also offering memberships to people who would like to further support the channel. You'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes content of the gallery along with other perks if you're interested. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.